We're sitting here in Texas. And y'all thought I was the drama queen.
I just came in from the balcony. Oh my goodness. Bring your winter gear.
He's preparing for Alaska because we have
I'm an Alaska ninja.
61 days.
61
days on the countdown to Alaska. Ovation of the seas to Alaska. Now he's like disrobing because it literally in Texas.
Not disrobing.
You are disrobing, not all the way, but right now it's like 90. At least the last I looked, it was like 97. Feel like 97 here outside Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, I just lost 3 pounds of water.
He was like, "Tell me when there's a 15-second countdown because I don't want to wear this stuff any longer than possible."
I got to rehydrate.
Oh, hey, Cruise Vet Adventures in the house. Uncle Dave. Dave's here. Z Show. Z's here early. Hey, Z.
Woo.
Yeah, y'all. Okay. Yes, we are counting down to Alaska. 61 days. We are flying out at 8:30 a.m. That's not super early. I'm really glad. I think.
Wait a minute. No.
Would you like to fan yourself?
Sherry, it's going to be super early.
You think?
Yeah, because it's DFW and you have to be there 2 hours early.
Well, I know, but it's like we're not flying out at 6 like we do often.
Well, then you have to get up at 3.
Often.
Hey, I'm not the one who misses airplanes.
One time, seriously, one time, and I was running to the gate. I ran to the gate with him walking behind me, so I would have gone to New York by myself.
Once you're late, there's no sense running.
They had left early anyway. That ticked me off even more.
Okay.
That I got to the gate and they had left early.
Hey.
I was like, hello? We're on time. Technically, we're on time.
Okay.
They didn't want to hear it. However, 1.5 hours, 2 hours later, they had another flight. So anyway, yeah, we leave at 8:30 and then we get into Seattle at 10:48 a.m. So we're going to have almost, all day there. Have to get our luggage and then eat lunch. So
have to find the pack mule. That would be
found
me.
him.
That would be me.
Found him.
That would be me.
Yep. What are y'all up to? Yeah. Oh no.
What?
Who had jury duty?
What?
Dave says, "How was jury duty?"
Oh,
was that to Mike? Mike, did you have jury duty? I ended up getting on the jury, but luckily it was a small case. Okay, yeah, got to see about this. Uncle Dave ended up getting on the jury, but luckily it was a small case that only lasted a couple of hours. Was it like Class C, Mike? Or, it only lasted a couple hours. Maybe a ticket or something?
It only took 2 hours and they paid him a whopping $8.
Probably. Did they validate your parking even?
But that's all, folks.
Did they even validate your parking, Mike?
That's funny.
Seriously.
Woo.
Oh, jury duty. What are y'all's cruise countdowns? Mike, what's your cruise countdown? Where are you?
Mike's probably on a ship already. He's checking in from the ship. Y'all
can hear us, right? Let us make sure that
is that a statement or a question?
We've had so much. Yeah, Dave says before taxes. The $6.
That's exactly right.
Yes, we're good. Our volume is good. I'm using the computer microphone again because evidently my new fancy Logi Logi camera brand. Mm-hmm.
Glad it's not Loki.
Let's see. Mike says it was assault by contact. He was guilty, but we only fined him $1. So he was guilty, but they deserved it.
Pretty much.
Oh no.
Pretty
okay.
much.
So yeah, we're getting ready for Alaska. 61 days. And Dave says 62 days till Roatan, Belize, and Cozumel.
All right.
Yes. And Dave, I looked at your Facebook profile.
Oh, here we go.
Can everyone guess? By calling yourself Uncle Dave, I envision an old fat guy. It's Uncle Dave. It's Uncle Dave. You know, like
Wait a minute. There's an old fat guy sitting next to you.
No.
Stop it.
But you don't call yourself Uncle JJ except
Sure
to
I
like
do.
puppies, maybe, or babies.
Or babies.
Uncle Dave like has monikered himself.
Moniker.
Uncle
Wait.
Dave. Yeah.
Look up moniker.
Don't. Siri would probably do that if you'd said, "Hey Siri." So you're neither, Dave, right? I mean, what are you like, 40 something maybe, right? And look like your prior army, right? In our army, yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
I was like, Uncle Dave. I was like, no, it's Dave now.
Yeah.
I am an old fat guy. I know it's all relative, right, Dave? Compared to all of us when we're 25, we feel like we're all old and fat now.
Okay. Now the word's out, Dave. It's on the World Wide Web.
52. Okay. I was close. All right.
Sherry's older than you, by the way.
Yes, I am. 1 year. You must be
Wait a minute.
71 baby.
Wait a minute. I'm a year older since I
70
saw her.
baby. Or he may actually just haven't had a birthday yet. Maybe we're the same age. Class of 88, Dave? Uncle Dave? See, now I really can't call you uncle because you're totally not
You just walked all over my
old
statement.
enough to be my uncle.
You
What'd
just
you
walked
say?
all over.
What'd you say?
I said I'm a year older since I saw our cruise folks.
Yes, he is.
And
He had a birthday Friday.
Friday.
Woohoo! Balloons. This is balloons.
We don't have that many
This is
balloons.
a signal for balloons.
Yeah. We don't have that many balloons.
He is now.
No, we are
Drum roll.
not. No.
You earned every dang year.
I am 76.
He's also dyslexic. Flip him. 67. 67. Earned every year.
Every minute of every year.
Yep.
It's not the age, it's the miles, right, Dave?
It'd be not too fun. Let's see.
Lie detector. Lie
Z says he will be on the Jubilee December 23rd. Oh, wow. That'll be fun because it's brand new. Is that the inaugural? I can't remember, Z. Is that the inaugural sailing? And Mike says my countdown is 43 days till Navigator of the Seas. What are you doing on Navigator, Mike? I'm assuming, well, I don't know where she is now.
We like the Navigator.
Yeah, we've been on her.
We were on it twice.
Twice?
I think so.
Right. Always to the Caribbean, but I don't know where she's ported now. So, yeah, Mike says I'll be 50 in January and I'll be on the NCL Prima for it. There you go. Boy, I hope NCL, yeah, I hope that's fun. Mike, I'm trying to be nice to NCL. We just didn't have that good of a time. Hey, Mark the Shark's in the house. Hello, beautiful people. Mark, good to see you. Are you actually on a cruise ship, Mark? Like 95% of the time when you join us for lives, you're literally on a ship.
And we're jealous. That's all there
What
is
did you
to
say?
it.
Greedy. See, before I even said it, I knew it.
Yeah.
Harmony of the Seas.
Sure.
She out of Florida now? I can't remember where she is because we told them since we added our.
You have not.
Oh, we booked a new cruise, y'all.
Well,
Always be booked.
See, there was a perfect segue.
ABB.
There was a perfect segue when they mentioned Jubilee.
Yes, to Jubilee. Well, we already told them we canceled Jubilee.
And what do we do?
In its place.
Perfect segue.
Yes.
You missed the
So this
opposite.
is what we have booked now, y'all. This is what we have booked now. Celebrity Equinox in January. Well, of course we have Ovation in 61 days. Ovation to Alaska, first time in Alaska, 61 days. Celebrity Equinox, first time on Celebrity. Our friends who caught COVID on Equinox, actually, that we interviewed, I'll link that interview below. They were, the thumbnail of that video is, can't believe how we were treated. Caught COVID on a cruise ship, can't believe how we were treated. Is he up?
Percy Jackson wants up in Daddy's lap.
What's up?
Come here.
So we go on Celebrity Equinox in January. Then we booked, drum roll, Harmony of the Seas. She's out of Galveston.
Hi, peoples.
November.
Hi, peoples.
Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
So,
to the rescue.
Yeah. So in place of what was going to be Jubilee, which we had already canceled because of my new job, we were like, we don't know if we'll be able to cruise that during that time. But then we booked Harmony of the Seas on May 5th. The beginning, because all the kids are back to school after spring break. The first week in May, but they're not out for the summer yet. So that's a really good time. Plus, the prices are lower, FYI, for anyone who's looking for, the in between weeks that are good, low pricing.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that first week of May is after all the spring. I can't think of a state that would continue to have spring breaks in May. So you're going to be safe for spring breaks in May.
Mark the Shark
Let's see.
says, hello, beautiful people.
Oh, the Navigator will be out of Long Beach, 4 days going to Ensenada and Catalina. Look at that. Hey, that'll be new, Mike. That'll be fun. I often thought about like cruising to around that part of Mexico, out of California.
That's Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Lane in the house, 104 days till the Wonder. Oh, have you been on the Wonder yet, Lane? I can't remember if this is number 2 for y'all or number 1 on her. You will love that ship. It was very similar to the other, Oasis class ships.
It's 2.5 inches longer. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, really. They have to make it bigger, than all the others. So, yeah, Mark says, Harmony of the Seas will be moving to yes, November 5th. And we are on her in May. Yes. And Mike says, I'm on the Harmony November 26th. Awesome. Yeah. So that's right after she comes to Galveston. Dog. He's looking. He probably wants dinner. It's not time yet. It's just 4:00 here.
Hey, chill. We're on
Dave also booked in February for 5 days with the kids and grandkids. That'll be fun. Family. So yeah, Harmony in May out of Galveston, and then Voyager to the Western Caribbean, September of 24.
Pray for airfares.
We go to Barcelona. Yeah, really. Woo, he was like, just guesstimating a year out. Barcelona, Valencia. So we go two places in Spain and then 2 in France, which is Nice and Corsica, or Nice, not Nietzsche. I don't know. I say it like the guy's name, Nietzsche. So 2 in Spain, 2 in France, and then 2 in Italy, Florence and Portofino, and then back to Rome. So we are really
Portofino. That's a wine.
It is probably named after a place in Italy. Woohoo! Okay. Lane says, first on this one, already did the other 4. Yes. You won't notice a whole lot of difference. I'll be honest, Lane. But she's spick and span, brand new. And the Aqua Show wasn't even done when we were on her because we were on the 5th sailing and it was still amazing. So I'm sure now that it's fully.
Well, they had a limited version.
Yeah. Because while they were doing the transatlantic to get her,
the seas were too rough for them
Florida,
to rehearse.
They couldn't really rehearse, so it was only like a partial show. So, Lane in the house, Lane Sider. Mark says, as soon as Symphony will be leaving Barcelona, she'll be headed to Fort Lauderdale sometime the first week of November, and that's where I'll start my new cruise ship, Symphony of the Seas. Awesome, that'll be fun. Dave says, sorry to say, I've only cruised Carnival. Oh, wow. 10 more days to be platinum. Then I'll venture out to NCL and Royal. I can't do it. I can't not tell people we weren't happy with NCL.
You should tell them.
That's just our experience. I mean, that's just us. We tried it because, we have a cruise channel. Why should we be just Royal? That's silly. Because we didn't plan on being a Royal cruise channel. We just wanted to be a cruise and travel channel, actually. And so we wanted to try out Norwegian. We had done her once back in 12?
I'd have to look.
Yeah, 2012, I think.
Was that Enola?
And we liked it. I mean,
great.
We had done 2 Carnival.
Great service.
Then.
Yes.
Yes.
There was a young lady in the dining room.
Yeah, and we had done 2 Carnival at that time. And so our 3rd cruise ever was on Norwegian. And we thought, hey, we'll try Norwegian again. It just wasn't good. However, our friend Scott rambling with the Brums. He told us that what ship were we on? Norwegian Breakaway. He said it was a training ship. So maybe that was the problem because we just didn't like the setup of the ship. Like they didn't have big enough venues to hold everyone, the theater and the place where they had game shows.
Just so you know that it was the Norwegian Jewel 2013 out of Nova.
Yeah. And we didn't remember not liking that. We liked it. That's why we booked Norwegian again, and we weren't happy. So you can see our review on that.
Well, we all know that nothing on cruising is up to par compared to pre-COVID. At least that's my experience.
I would agree. Our room service seems to be. I mean, the stewards seem to be.
Our service was cut in half.
Well, on Breakaway, right? And then it was even less than that because he still didn't come to our room and clean it. We went like a day. We went 2.25 days without a room cleaning. Yeah. So Dave, if you decide to, try Norwegian, and some people love it, so try it for yourself. That's what I say. Yeah, Mike. Wow, Mike, I didn't know you'd been on Carnival that much. Yeah. Oh, Mike is retired and cruising. That's what he does. 54 days for Mardi Gras. All right. Laney. I can't remember what it is. Laney, I think. Just made platinum on our last cruise on Celebration. Fun. Right, Mark. I mean, we just weren't that impressed. Mark says, sorry, not that impressed with NCL. The ship was beautiful itself. There was just too many people on it.
And I didn't like the layout. It's all cut up.
Right.
Chopped up.
Right.
It's not open.
It's
I like
just
open.
not. And maybe we're spoiled with Oasis class ships. I don't know.
Yes, you are.
Probably. You just need to have less people if you're going to have a ship that size. And then each person could have a better experience. I will say the food on Norwegian kicked everybody's butt.
Well, on that trip, it was good.
And if that's I don't know if it's a food training cruise or not, ship or not, but the food kicked Royal Caribbean's butt all over the ocean.
And the vendors may have been better too.
The food was amazing on Royal. Yeah.
Amazing? I'd say good.
Oh, no, I thought it was amazing. Dave, I don't believe Royal ports out of New Orleans I have cruise news, Dave. They are, let's see, where is it? Royal is going back to NOLA fall of 24. Fall of 24. The Brilliance of the Seas will be cruising out of NOLA to the Western Caribbean.
Y'all excuse me. Your son's calling me.
Oh, okay. To the Western Caribbean. What I don't understand is it possible? This is the question of the day. Is it possible for a cruise ship out of NOLA or Galveston even? I know what the reason is for Galveston, but a cruise ship out of NOLA to go to the Eastern Caribbean? And I mean like the islands, either the Virgin Islands or the British Virgin Islands or the U.S. Virgin Islands, either one. Can they do it? And if they can, then why doesn't Royal do it? I don't know. JJ thinks that this organization, what's it called? The IMO?
Yes.
International something. It's like
Maritime.
Kind of like the FAA for cruise ships, controls where they sail to. I don't think so. I think they just control like what route they take, their literal route, but not like the itinerary. Like I'm Royal Caribbean. I own Royal Caribbean. If I want to go to St. Thomas from NOLA, I can. I guess they just don't. I guess it just takes a longer cruise. Someone online told me that the other day too, that it just takes longer and that Royal doesn't want to have to do like 10 plus cruises out of NOLA.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep. There we go. Mike says Norris is getting a Royal ship next year. That's right. Fall of 24. Yep. Yeah. Mark says, I don't like the layout either. Yeah. For Norwegian. Doing a 14-day cruise out of Galveston Eastern. There you go. Carnival, but like it's Carnival. So I'm like, what? What is the deal, Royal, that they just don't want to do that long a cruise out of Galveston, I guess? They're going to lose business, in my opinion, because...
And by the way, they blasted me an email before my birthday.
Who's they?
Royal. Congratulating me on my birthday celebration, and they're going to give me a whopping 15% off of all their packages.
Everything on your upcoming cruise, Mr. Wagner.
So everything that's 500% more than it was pre-COVID is going to be marked down 15%.
15%. Woo! Grab that sale.
No.
Lane says Carnival went to the Bahamas. Yes, and they still do. And I think Royal, obviously Royal's not going out of NOLA. Going to the Bahamas is easy, and I can understand that. That seems duh. I mean, it's right there below Florida, you know. But like the U.S. Virgin Islands or the
ABCs.
no, that's way down south. You got to go out of Florida for that, or San Juan. But the British Virgin Islands, BVI or USVI, I'm like, can we do that out of NOLA? I don't know. I don't know why Royal doesn't do more. Harmony's doing an 8-day out of Galveston next year to the Bahamas. Yeah, again, Bahamas makes sense. Yeah,
That would be a good trip.
Aw, Dave says happy birthday.
Oh,
was that? Or are you talking to Mike? You talking to Dave? To Dave. You talking to JJ Dave? Yeah.
Dave, you've changed.
What Lainey says, what's your all favorite cruise line? Ours is Royal. I mean, I've been down talking to everybody else. We haven't been on Carnival though since 2010 and 11.
I don't know. I'll tell you. Hold on.
They were our first 2 cruises on Carnival. And we haven't been on her since because then we
2012.
Then we did Norwegian. And ever since then, we've done Royal, except for this one in January that we did Norwegian again. And we won't be doing Norwegian again until they get a bigger ship or reduce their capacity.
October
for us personally.
2012 was
Norwegian.
Magic.
I mean, yeah.
The Magic.
Magic and the Conquest.
Conquest was our first in 2011.
Yeah. And we didn't know anything else. So we liked Carnival. I will say we have booked a couple of carnivals since then. Like we had the Jubilee booked for the fall of 24 and we canceled her for work reasons, but then we were able to rebook and we just did Harmony out of Galveston because it was, it's cheaper for us to just drive down to Galveston. It's like 5 hours away.
Save some money.
So yes, Dave, I think you're going to love. Dave says, honestly, from the videos, Royal ships look amazing. I think you're going to like them. Yep.
And thank you for the birthday wish there.
Yeah. Definitely.
And you're right. I did lie. I'm not 76.
Who says they're older than they are? Only men.
Actually, I'm 53.
You want to seem more wise, so you went with older.
I'm 53.
Who's 53?
I am.
How's that?
Remember when I hit 60, I was going backwards.
Oh, we started going backwards. I don't know how many, so that would be. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, cruise news. Cruise news. Haven't done that in a while.
I forgot how.
Cruise news. Okay, so y'all remember the lawsuit with the toddler who the granddad was holding the toddler outside? Anyone who's been on a cruise ship and heard this story was like, what? They're suing whom? The granddad was holding the toddler by the window on the pool deck on a Royal Caribbean ship.
Look, son.
Or girl. I don't remember if it was a girl or a boy. The granddad, I think it was a little girl, actually.
It was a little girl.
And it's the saddest story ever. I'm not saying anything about how awful a tragedy that it is, because it absolutely is. And the granddad dropped the child. The child fell from his arms. And he ended up pleading to probation, 3 years probation, for endangering a child, basically, I think. But that lawsuit was the negligence part of the lawsuit that the family of the child, sued Royal Caribbean. It was shut down. It was dismissed 2 years ago, the negligence portion of it, because they were like, you were hanging a baby out a window. Whose fault is that? Well, that lawsuit was overturned by the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals and reopened. So they said there's new, I heard this on Cruise Radio. There's new testimony by a former security employee who says that Royal was aware of the risk of children falling out of the windows. Royal claims he, the security employee, is a disgruntled employee who shares the same attorney as the family, and he's not to be trusted.
No conflict of interest there.
I mean, what the heck? This has been dismissed basically by the trial court for 2 years, and now it's reopened. So that'll be interesting and sad. Royal Caribbean, more Royal Caribbean news. Royal Caribbean also is now converting trash to energy. I think that's pretty cool.
I thought they've been doing that on some of their ships.
Not this way, I guess. This is on the Icon of the Seas and one of their luxury liners too, on a different brand.
Right.
Different cruise line that Royal Caribbean International owns. They're using microwave assisted pyrolysis.
Oh, yeah.
Go look that up.
I'm going to look that up right now.
Right? Microwave assisted.
Hey, Siri.
what's microwave assisted pyrolysis? That it takes food scraps, cardboard, and paper trash and puts it through this process and converts it to gas for energy. I love that. Right? How do you feel about that? You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say
I say somebody's making money.
about converting trash to gas. There you go. Trash to gas for energy.
We ought to write a song.
I like it. We've always been very impressed with Royals. You know, like we want to take care of our world. I mean, we're not, you know, like
They're concerned for the environment.
yeah, we're not green crazies, but we care
it.
about our world and we should take care of it. So
We should.
especially the oceans.
We have a stewardship obligation because there's
Yeah,
living creatures
That's
there.
right. They're so everyone just dumps all their crap into the ocean. It's so
I don't.
bad. No, we don't. And Royal really puts forth effort, you know, to try to help that. So yeah, Dave is commenting on the granddad story. We agree, Dave. Why the HE double hockey sticks would you hold a toddler out a dang window? Yes, that's exactly what happened. Unbelievable. And again, the granddad did. I don't know what the plea was, if it was guilty or no contest or whatever, but he went on 3 years felony probation.
I think if I'd have been standing next to Granddad and noticed that happened,
You would have said something.
I would have pitched him out the window to go get the kid.
No, you would have said something before he dropped the child. You would have said, "Oh, sir, that's not very well." You would have said something.
I would have said, "Give me that
Good
baby."
grief. I mean, and if any of the rest of the family was standing around him, really? No one's going to say anything? Hey, Grandpa, bring the toddler in. Anyway, craziness. I know. That's what we thought, Dave. One cruise port is closing, which doesn't really affect us right now, but some of y'all are world travelers, so you might get affected. Amsterdam is closing its cruise port.
Is that right?
They reportedly characterize cruisers as locusts who only take and never leave anything good behind.
So they don't want your cash.
They don't want your cash that you don't leave behind as a cruise tourist. They don't want you there at all. They want other tourists. They don't want the cruise tourists, which I don't know what the difference is between other tourists and cruisers, but they seem to have a difference. So Amsterdam closing the cruise port. Yes, and then we already talked about Royal Caribbean.
Has anybody here ever been to Amsterdam?
I think that would be fun. That would be
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I think that would be a good cruise. Royal Caribbean, we already talked about going back to NOLA, New Orleans, the fall of 24. Brilliance of the Seas will be going to the Western Caribbean. Carnival news. Carnival is rolling out their new menus across the fleet after testing over 60 new dishes with Emerald. Is he the BAM guy?
Bam.
Bam. Bam.
Emerald Lagasse.
Put some curry in it. Bam.
Bam.
And their head chef.
Did we say bam?
We said bam.
Okay.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark says, "Sorry guys, you can't fix stupid."
Yeah, but you can terminate it.
You can put it on probation. Carnival, yeah, 60 new dishes. So if you cruise Carnival and you like Carnival, there you go.
There you go.
They have been. I can't remember which ship they tried it on. They tried it on a couple of new ships. All these new dishes, and evidently it went well. So they are rolling it out fleet wide, as they say. And NCL, speaking of Norwegian, bans walkie talkies. How do you fake a walkie talkie? I guess like this.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
No, that's
It's a walkie talkie.
yeah. So Carnival's banned them. Their message app, they say, is $9.95 per person.
Oh.
So I did not hear what the problem was as to why they
Here's the problem. If you have a walkie-talkie, you won't give us $9.95 for the messaging
that's
app.
true. That's what makes you wonder now that they're advertising. Hey, try our message app. Because you can't bring
leave your walkie-talkie at home. Give us $10.
But I have heard complaints about like kids who keep them super loud, like my mother with her speakerphone on her cell.
Wait.
It's like
I'm gonna do an impression of my mother-in-law on the phone. Okay, everybody knows smartphones. Most of them, the mic's in the bottom.
on the bottom.
Hello, Sherry, are you there? Can you hear me?
She talks into like the top.
The glass. She talks
And
into the
it's on
glass.
speaker, so I mean, she's 81, but
Give her a break.
she can use a smartphone. But then you hear the other end of her conversation. And I have heard complaints about that with the kids running around the ships and their walkie talkies turned way up. And you're listening to mom and dad on the other end or whatever. I don't know. Or if it had to do with maybe something with the signal, the ship signals.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea what the reason was, but no more walkie talkies on Norwegian.
Give us $9.95.
Celebrity.
Is it a day? It's $9.95 a day
per person. I think that's for the cruise. That can't be any length. It just says the message app is $9.95 per person. That's probably for a week.
Okay.
Celebrity Cruise Line is looking to purchase their own private island. Location to be determined. They're already planning 2 ships to visit their sister company, Royal. If you didn't know, Celebrity is owned by Royal Caribbean International Limited. And they're already planning 2 of their ships to visit Coco Cay. So they're on the move for a private island.
Perfect day.
If you got your private island stashed in the back, you might want to speak up. Celebrity's looking for one.
Look here.
My mom does it. She keeps it on speakerphone. I don't know what the deal is. At least I'm not the only one.
She just wants to share the conversation. My mother-in-law does the same thing.
She doesn't have anything to hide.
I love you, mother-in-law, but why are you speaking into the glass? Number one. And we don't want to hear the conversation.
Does everyone need to hear your conversation?
No, we don't.
But like I say, she doesn't have anything to hide. She doesn't care. There isn't anyone on the other end of a phone call that she would answer that would offend anyone. So she's no. I just want to hear. I want to hear what they're saying.
Well,
and
then you put it on. Then you put it up to your ear.
I can hear it better on speaker. Okay. Another Carnival story. Carnival is adding facial recognition to more of their home ports. 9 out of 14 U.S. home ports will have the technology soon. Passengers, this is what I don't understand. The question is, why would you opt out of facial recognition? You can. Carnival says passengers can opt out by asking for a manual document check.
Well, some folks don't want that.
I don't want my face on any camera, but I have a passport. You're going to check you have to be in the system somewhere.
Okay, facial recognition is a form of AI and it's worldwide.
And it has been for years, though.
But some people have never used it and they don't want to start.
Okay, they do give an option.
I got nothing to hide. I am what I am.
So. And it's quick. The ports that we've been in that has AI, you just walk through. There ain't no question. There ain't no showing your dockets to anybody. You stand in front of the camera and go.
There may come a day when you do get stopped because of who you are.
True. But we're not there yet. So it sure is much easier. But Carnival now, 9 out of 14. So if you cruise Carnival, it's going to be much easier.
I have no problem with it. I like going right through.
Yeah. If y'all have heard about the Carnival Pride, there was an update. And I think this was 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. The Carnival Pride had propulsion problems with their engines while at sea recently.
I didn't hear about that.
Yes. They couldn't go over a certain speed, and I think it was all their engines because they crept into Dover, Germany now for repairs with all of the passengers on board, over 2,000 passengers on board, sitting in port in Dover, Germany, just staying on the ship. But they have to eventually, of course, get the people off the ship. So Carnival is paying for more than 2,000 passengers' travel arrangements, hotel accommodations, special charter flights with immigration arrangements, and airport shuttle service are included.
That's why they need your $9.95 for your.
No, that's NCL.
Oh, sorry.
This is Carnival Pride. Some passengers staying on board another week due to the next cruise, of course, being canceled. The only decent. I don't understand how this is legal, but I don't live in Germany. The only decent hotel in Dover, this came from Jay from the Ship Life. The only decent hotel in Dover is a Best Western. And when Jay checked last, they had raised their prices to $800 per night. And it was 100% booked. The CCL was giving, Carnival was giving $300 per night as a credit to travelers.
So they had to make up the difference.
Lesson to learn there. What do we never travel without?
Or credit cards.
No, your travel insurance.
or travel insurance as well. yeah.
Travel insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
Never travel, never cruise, never travel at all without travel
If you
insurance.
learn nothing else out of today's live stream,
Wow.
don't travel without travel
Seriously.
insurance.
And this is one of the reasons.
It's
I mean,
cheap.
this I guess it's the decent hotel. Jay kind of seemed to say it was like the only hotel in Dover. I mean, I've heard of Dover, Germany. So
What
it's,
Jay meant was the only one worth staying at.
yeah, the only decent one. And they had gone from, he didn't say what the price was before, but the last he looked, $800 a night for a Best Western, people. You can claim that on travel insurance.
Woo, man.
Goodness gracious. Woohoo. Okay, y'all. We are talking about what not. What are you looking at? Anything fun?
Yeah. I'm doing some research on that hotel in Germany.
That's
Make sure I
bad.
don't ever go there.
What not to bring on a cruise ship.
I can't bring my gun.
And I want to hear what the oddest thing is that
Wait.
you've.
Let me clarify that. I couldn't bring my gun if I owned any.
Yeah. I mean, the question is how many. The craziest thing you've tried to get on board that you're like, what? I can't bring this because you're surprised that they wouldn't let you, or the craziest thing you've seen someone try to get on a ship.
The craziest thing.
Yes, like they have the naughty table out there before you even go through the hallway to get on the ship.
I saw a woman trying to bring a peacock on an airport, a commercial airplane.
You did not.
Yeah.
You personally?
Yeah.
You did not.
Yeah.
Where?
In the airport, Philadelphia.
Is it her comfort?
That's what she told him.
I almost left off the first word of the first three letters of the word peacock to get some alliteration. Your comfort. COCK? That sounds nasty.
It was nasty. You shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry for her behavior.
Oh, Dave is so good to us. We need to talk about people hitting the like button. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. That just helps the algorithm. YouTube's got that crazy algorithm that maybe if people are hitting the like button, then other people, then they'll send the live out more. Like after we do it and it's recorded and they send it out. So thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, so not to bring on a ship. These things are crazy to me that they have to put these things in writing because
people have tried it.
Yeah, because someone might actually.
Well, they have done it.
Okay, so JJ gave the first one away. Firearms and ammunition.
If I owned any, I could not bring them.
Firearms and ammunition. This is what Royal Caribbean says. Royal says firearms and ammunition, including realistic replicas.
Okay.
So obviously that's like simulated firearms.
That means the one I got at Walmart out of the children's section I can't take.
Some of the fake ones that have the orange tips, they break the orange tips off and commit a robbery with it.
Bad things happen.
Yeah. So firearms and ammunition, that's all that Royal says.
Can I bring my spear gun? 6
words is what Royal says. Firearms and ammunition, including realistic replicas. Carnival says firearms, including replicas, imitations, and their components, spear or spear guns, crossbows, crossbow bolts, and longbow arrows, blunt weapons, including knuckle dusters, brass knuckles, clubs, koches, batons, flails, or nunchucks, sharp-pointed weapons, including throwing stars, air, BB, pellet pistols or rifles, stun devices and tasers, any projectile weapon, including paintballs, etc. Paintball guns, etc.
You know where that list came from?
Lawyers.
Criminal defense lawyers who have handled defendants that have done that sort of thing.
No, corporate lawyers.
Ay.
But seriously, I thought that was hilarious that like Royal has this one little line and then Carnival, but Carnival's not done.
Yeah, but see,
like I need to
have you seen some of the Carnival videos of fights that take place?
Our camera got off. I wonder how
it's drinking.
Got off. The camera's drinking?
Yeah.
Have
you seen the videos?
Of what?
The fights on Carnival
cruise
ships.
Yes.
They get violent, man.
Yes. Carnival's not done though with like weapons. Also, items containing incapacitating substances such as gas guns, tear gas sprays, mace, phosphorus, acid, and other dangerous chemicals that can be used to maim or disable. All ammunition, all explosives, including imitation explosives and devices, fireworks, flares, and pyrotechnics.
Well, here, Sherry. Look here.
Dave. So I guess you do. Sorry, Dave.
It doesn't address mortars.
Any firearms and ammunition.
It's not a firearm.
A mortar?
A mortar's not a firearm.
What's a mortar? It's an explosive, right?
Yes.
I think you're out of luck, Dave. Yeah, with the mortar. Mike.
Uncle Dave, this is the FBI.
There was a story about someone who tried to get through security with a lighter that was shaped like a pistol. The guy looking at the x-ray wasn't too happy about it. I bet he wasn't. One of them specifically lists, I think it's Carnival, that specifically lists anything that looks like lighters that look like something else, because that's happened. I mean, it's like, how dumb can you be to think you're going to get on board with anything that even looks like?
You open the bag, you take out the lighter, you strike it, you try to disassemble. It's a lighter.
Right. Scott's in the house. Scott sounds like fun to me.
Yeah, right?
Trying to bring your nunchucks and brass knuckles and throwing stars.
By the way, Scott, if you had any of those weapons, you would not be able to take them.
Okay. So moving right along, Royal Caribbean lists sharp, you may not. These are prohibited items. Our camera just keeps floating back this way. Did you notice that? I wonder.
Sherry, what's in your drink?
Oh, there it goes. Floating. Oh, wow. It's like super floating now. Let's see if we can get it actually moved and not floating.
Forgive this technical difficulty.
I don't know why. Oh, well, now you can see half our house. There it goes. It's floating again. Oh, well. And now we got like lots of headroom. I got this new. Maybe.
It's the cord.
Oh, it is the cord. You're right, Mr. J-Man. That is exactly why.
The weight of the cord.
If anyone's just coming in, hi.
Hi there. We're having a technical difficulty at the moment, but we'll be right back.
I bet that'll do it.
Boom, ching.
It's floating back. So moving right along, sharp objects. Royal Caribbean says sharp objects, including all knives and scissors. Note, personal grooming items such as safety scissors are allowed. Scissors with blade length less than 4 inches are allowed. This wasn't supposed to be a Royal versus Carnival comedy bit, but it kind of is. Because Carnival says knives, scissors, and open razors, parentheses, recreational dive knives are allowed, but must be held in the custody of the guest services manager or chief security officer and must be checked out and in by the owner for dive excursions during the cruise. The very next language is, like, it's in the same category. Again, we were just talking about recreational dive knives, okay? The very next sentence is, large scissors used by scrapbook and quilting enthusiasts are at times permitted with prior notification from the Security Services Department, but are held on board in the same manner as dive knives.
Wow.
So where in any other realm on the internet are you finding dive knives? Like, those can be kind of large, right? Like you're skinning fish. You're taking all the fun out of my car. Seriously, Scott, no. You cannot bring your large scissors used for your quilting, Scott. I'm sorry. It is allowed on Carnival, but you have to hold it with the Security Services Department, just like your dive knife.
And Uncle Dave is correct.
It's 4 guys in black suits coming to get your dive knife.
No, the guns and weapons that you don't own.
Oh, right. So, and I'm sure these people look a lot alike too. These two groups of people who have dive knives, because these are people who are going to be wearing diving, like the onesie dive suits. And then you have your scrapbook and quilting enthusiasts with their large scissors.
Wait a minute.
2 lines. We need 2 lines, please.
Wait a minute. Some of these divers may also be quilters. So stop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not likely, but
please, anyone who's watching this at any time.
Has anybody ever known a diver that quilts?
Or leave a comment after the live if
I
you're
just want to
watching
know.
this.
I just want to know.
Have you ever known anyone to do both of those things?
Not at the same time.
To dive so enthusiastically, though, that you need a dive knife. That's some serious diving. You're not just like, oh, I'm scuba for the first time. Oh, goody. No, it's like, I need a knife because I'm going to do some action under the water. And also quilting or scrapbooking.
Cruise vet says, so I have to leave my samurai sword at home.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Let's see. What did it say?
And you can't bring your quilting needles either.
All knives and scissors. I'm surprised though. Carnival doesn't. Oh, that's listed separately, Mike. Martial arts is specifically listed. Martial arts, self-defense, and sports gear, including handcuffs, pepper spray, nightsticks.
So no throwing stars.
No, that's already listed specifically by Carnival language. Sharp pointed weapons, throwing stars, flails, nunchucks, batons. Yeah, none of that. And no scrapbook scissors.
I did some flailing when I was in 3rd grade.
Flailing?
Yeah. When the bully hit me between the eyes.
I bet.
I flailed around.
You and your bully who took you out to where? McDonald's?
He took me to McDonald's for lunch that same day.
Oh, illegal drugs and substances. Okay, well, that's pretty clear, right? I feel like we have like still too much headroom going on here. There we go. There we go.
I promise I will find a
Now
different
you can
technical
show your
person.
slim waist.
Wait. Why you gotta beat my drum?
You can show off your slim waist.
Yeah. I used to have a 6-pack, but now it's a party keg.
So Mark the Shark, can I bring clippers so that way I can trim the hedges? I thought the bushes on Harmony of the Sea. No hedge clippers, Mark.
I had so many different
not.
ways to go there, but I'm not going to do it.
Mike says, I didn't think about bringing any of this stuff before, but now that you point, seriously, now you're like, I'm going to miss my nunchucks. Okay. Can't bring them.
No, I'm going to bring them, see if they catch them.
Oh, good luck with that. Those are kind of big. Right? Nunchucks?
Yeah. You know my response to that?
Which part?
That?
My sound effect?
If somebody does that?
Oh, what? You can't bring that either on board. You'd be out of luck. You'd be in the terminal at least, though, so someone would be able to stop them.
Don't run, don't fight.
So, Royal lists illegal drugs and substances, as does Carnival. And I think I kind of looked over Norwegian, so it's very similar. CBD oil / CBD products are listed separately from illegal drugs and substances. So
wow.
Just know.
Now you're getting into my business.
I'm going to state this very neutrally.
Can I bring my ointment?
It says CBD oil and CBD products, sir.
I need my ointment.
Didn't you take it last time?
Yes, I need my ointment for my knees.
Well, probably if a case were to be started,
well,
you could argue it's under the whatever percent.
You know, I'm a senior citizen now. I'll hire a lawyer.
You need your joint oil.
Not that kind of joint.
Or not any kind of joint. Okay, moving right along. The next one is candles, incense, coffee makers, clothes irons. Okay. I'm not sure why those are all on the same thing, because the next one specifically handles anything that's heat generating. So that would be clothes irons.
Wait, that means you can't take me along.
Oh, ba-doom-ching, generating heat. The hot 67-year-old. You get that one in. Oh, I think you you're getting one in every live.
Every live, I got to get one in, man. Hey, I don't have long to live. I got to get them while I can.
You got to get them while you can. Yeah, Scott. He took his last time. So his CBD ointment, I think they're really trying to cut down on the vapes, the CBD vapes, because some of them are CBD and like THC also. And
here's a news flash. If you see somebody walking around the ship like this,
it's a vape, yeah.
They can't see my vapor.
Yeah, really? You're hiding that real well.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and then
you're warming up your hand.
It looks like the fog just sets in.
Cheech and Chong. But I think that's I still see people on the cruise pages asking about coffee makers, though. I mean, don't y'all see that? Clothes irons, yes. Everyone asks about, oh my gosh, how do I get the wrinkles out of my clothes after packing on the cruise? I don't want to have wrinkled clothes. Can I bring my iron? No.
How do I get the wrinkles out?
Cannot.
How do I get the wrinkles out of my face?
Cannot. Well, you can't bring your iron. That's one way you cannot get them off. But it's all on the same line. Candles, incense, the little sticks that you burn. Yeah. Incense, coffee makers, and clothes irons. Okay. Cruise vet Mike says they did have the drug dogs at the Carnival terminal in Galveston.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And there's been more than one cruiser removed from the ships when that happens too.
You want to look at Mike in the face?
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike.
He's looking down at your comment.
I'm looking at the comment.
Yeah, seriously. Carnival has been, we can make fun of Carnival for having all the drunk fights or whatever, or more of the drunk fights, because it's not exclusive to Carnival. But
it's not, but they're bigger and better.
They've been shutting down on that. They've been cutting down on those. And they've been taking a zero tolerance policy. Like, you get caught. That's what I heard from someone. I think maybe Tony, Cruise News. Yeah, that he said that they were saying no way, saying you get caught in a drunk fight, like you're involved in a drunk fight, you're off. I don't know if that means for life or
they've been barring them.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So then they move over to Royal.
I agree, Scott. Wrinkle spray works, and it's on my affiliate page. There you go. Yes, absolutely. The wrinkle spray works. We've used it before. And I took it for probably double-digit cruises and never used it. And this is the reason, especially ladies, because men usually don't care about the wrinkled clothes. Not one single moment in 18 cruises have I ever stopped and said, oh no, Karen, look how wrinkled her clothes are. Never in 18 cruises have I ever said that. Oh my gosh, her clothes are so wrinkled. Everyone's having fun and they want to look nice. Everyone's in the same wrinkled boat, literally. So do not worry about your wrinkle. And if you are a little worried about it, take the wrinkle spray. Scott's right. Definitely.
Okay.
Mark says, all you need when it comes to ointment is all you need is icy hot and preparation age. No problem.
Well, then you're covered on both ends, buddy.
Dave, well, if they subscribe to All Things Wagner, they would know there's wrinkle-free spray. There you go.
There you go.
It's actually on Scott mentioned it's on his. It's on our travel gear page.
It is.
I think I listed that. Yeah. Scott says Debbie used it and it works. It works the one time I used it too. I tried it on me and I'm still wrinkled. Mark Nutzer. Yeah, that's what he was asking. How to get rid of the wrinkles on my face. Nope. Some are creases, some are here, some are there.
There you have
there you go. Don't mix them up. Yeah, no mixing. Oh, and then the very next thing after these candles, incense, coffee makers, and clothes irons is travel steamers and hot plates, period.
What?
That's off Royal. It says travel steamers. So even steamers, we're talking about actual irons, even a steamer, people, not allowed.
Well, because it gets hot.
And hot plates, parentheses, items that generate heat or produce an open flame. This includes heating pads. That's sad because some people might need them for their back or joints or whatever.
Well, they have them if you ask for one.
Heating pads, clothing irons. They repeat it. Clothing irons, hot plates. Who's going to bring a hot plate on a cruise?
You would be surprised.
Hot plates, candles, incense. Again, they repeat it. Candles, incense, and any other item that may create a fire hazard. Then it's capital note. The only exception to this policy is curling irons and hair straighteners.
Because I want mine.
Note.
Both of them.
Royal Caribbean does not say that hair dryers are an exception. But we all know hair dryers are allowed on Royal Caribbean.
And they provide one in your room.
Right, but it's not very good.
Well, it would work for me.
Yeah, a lot would work for you.
So that means, That explains why they wouldn't let me bring my Bunsen burner to do my chemistry experiments.
And all your, what are those round tubes called?
Yeah, those.
What, they have a name. I can't remember what they're called. Your Bunsen burner and your tubes.
I don't have tubes.
I know. Well, Mike's off. Mike stopped cruising. If I can't bring my hot plate, then I'm not cruising. Seriously, who would bring a? Well, I don't understand. So Royal Caribbean specifically says the only exception to this producing heat policy is curling irons and hair straighteners, matches, and normal lighteners. That's the word they use. It shouldn't be lighters. Normal lighteners are allowed on board. However, and this is in quotes, torch lighters and novelty lighters that look like guns are not allowed on board. Torch lighters emit and then they specifically say torch lighters emit a powerful concentrated flame and therefore are prohibited. But they specifically, who was that? Mentioning Mike, I think, mentioning earlier, someone brought the lighter that looked like a gun. Yeah, duh. The person in the terminal looking at the X-ray machine
Freaked out.
was like, "Stand down, sir."
That was probably TSA.
Who has the black bag? Yeah. So you can bring a hair dryer, even though it's not specifically listed.
Didn't they confiscate your cuticle scissors one time?
Oh, that was TSA.
Yeah.
Soon after, that trip. We can talk about that because that's funny. So they took the best, ladies, you'll understand my pain. The best cuticle scissors I ever had in my life. To this day, 53 years of probably 45 years of carrying cuticle scissors. I've never had a better pair since. TSA took them. And of course they said, if you want to fill this out, we can ship them to you. Yeah. But what I got through all the way to Hawaii and all the way home, Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knife. One of those like about this big that has all the,
but in their
different things.
But in their defense, it did not have cuticle scissors on it.
I can't remember what all it had on it. It was in my makeup bag with all my other like lipsticks and things, like tube.
Do you know how sharp the
makeup,
cuticle scissors are, ma'am?
Tube makeups. And yet I got all the way to Hawaii. I so wanted to like wave it at TSA on my way as I was walking out the door going home after I'm through everything. I'm like, you took my cuticle scissors, but look what I got through with.
Sherry.
Swiss Army knife winner.
Sherry, look here.
Winner. I'm sure the TSA agents will. Exactly. Yes. You know they pass that crap out.
Hey.
You do.
This is a family channel. No more of that.
Oh, no. Okay. So no torch lighters that look like guns, people. No torch lighters that look like guns, in case you didn't know. This next one.
And leave them dang cuticle scissors at the house.
This next one. No, I can bring my cuticle scissors on cruise. It's under 4 inches.
As long as you're not flying.
Under 4 inches.
Pack them in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
You have yours in your purse.
This next one, super important. Super dangerous. Dangerous. And I want to start off with, like the salespeople on TV, I want to start off with a way back reference.
Way back.
To Back to the Future. If you haven't ever seen Back to the Future, you might not know what this next item is. If you have, everyone will be on board. Hoverboard.
Oh.
You cannot bring your hoverboard on a cruise.
We had a solicitor run up here on a hoverboard the other day.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. Do you remember Back to the Future?
Sure,
the hoverboard? It literally hovered off the ground.
Well,
I don't know what they call them now.
The Segway will evolve into a hoverboard.
Probably. We had a solicitor come up on the Segway the other day. JJ's like, you see my knot? He was like, get off my lawn. He's like looking at the
get off my lawn, you young punk.
No soliciting sign.
I did not say that.
He like kind of sucked him in, and then he's like, you see that sign right there? Anyway, hoverboard. You cannot bring your Back to the Future hoverboard on a cruise. Not allowed.
If you do, they will confiscate it and hold it till you return.
They will. They'll put it on the naughty table in the terminal. I guess they pack all that up
Sure they do. They have a room.
for every cruise,
They
and
have
then they bring it all back
They
out
have a room.
so that you can get your hoverboard again.
Yes.
Well, Lane's not going. Lane can't bring his hoverboard. He's done. No cruising. I want to know where you got your hoverboard, Lane, from Professor. What was his name on Back to the Future?
You asking me? That's your favorite show.
That is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite.
Now you know something more about Sherry.
Okay. We already went through martial arts. Martial arts, self-defense, sports gear, including handcuffs. Are handcuffs really martial arts or self-defense or sports gear? I think they snuck in what should be in a different category. Handcuffs on a cruise.
You know, I'm not going to chase that rabbit.
He's not going to take the bait.
I am not.
He's not. No handcuffs, no pepper spray, no nightsticks.
Okay, Scott, chime in. Let's go.
With your handcuffs. Okay, the next one is obvious. Flammable liquids and explosives. No flammable liquids and explosives, including lighter fluid and fireworks. So
how am I going to...
lighter fluid? How do you
better-
light your barbecue out on your balcony? Because I brought my fold-up barbecue too.
Well, you know, if they'd allowed me to bring a hot plate, I wouldn't need the barbecue.
You wouldn't need the lighter fluid. Lighter fluid. Like they have to put that in there. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. They're trying. They're trying. Okay, Mark Nider says skateboard. Yeah, it's like a hover, but it's a hoverboard, Mark. It's like better than a skateboard. No handcuffs. Oh man, I'm in trouble. You guys. What if they're fuzzy? I think not, Mike.
Okay,
I don't know.
Mike. All right.
He just adds
Yeah.
an adjective in front of the noun, and
Yeah,
he thinks
yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to get by with that.
Yeah. You know, they
Can you
come,
bring your DeLorean?
they
I
come
think
with
you're
your
out.
purchase at the chicken ranch.
Oh, y'all are. You mean I can't have my pellet grill? Pellet? Is that what it's called?
Pellet grill. Yeah.
On my balcony.
Pellet grill.
It
yeah.
doesn't specifically say no grills, though. I guess that would be a heat producing, but it's not heat producing on its own. You have to bring your lighter fluid, and you can't bring your lighter fluid. So the grill itself, though, might be allowed, just like a fan for your room.
Yeah. Mark,
Right?
one word here, Mark. No.
You guys, military guys, no C4.
No C4, no fun.
Debbie can't. Yeah, blame it on Debbie, Scott. Okay. So no lighter fluid.
Hey, why should you
kids.
blame it on Debbie? It might be Debbie's issue.
I don't. Well,
And that's
not
not-
an issue.
Look, it's not an issue. Hey,
Not an issue. Okay, moving right along. We're moving out of the handcuff arena. Hookahs and water hookah pipes.
now you're getting me ticked off.
Prohibited. Hookahs is just a fun word to say. Let's all say it.
Hookahs.
Hookahs and water hookah pipes. Like there's a difference. I don't know enough about hookahs to know that a hookah and a water hookah pipe are different.
One has water and one doesn't.
What's a regular hookah then?
What's a regular weed pipe?
Well, it still takes like fire, right?
You have a water bong.
Right. Oh, that's true. Maybe that's the difference. So
I
like
just
you would
explained the
smoke-
difference.
So you smoke it just with heat,
Yes.
hookah, and then you smoke it with water. Then it boils it, and you inhale.
You can
Doing drugs with all
Hey.
things Wagner.
And next.
Doing smoking hookah and when
What not to do with your hookah on a cruise ship.
and weed bongs with all
Oh
things
my
Wagner.
goodness.
No.
Well, that's a great thing about YouTube. You can investigate it on YouTube and tell you. the
So
difference.
no, I'm sure there are plenty of YouTube
I'm
videos
sure.
about hookah. Do not leave our live people to go research YouTube hookah videos. Okay, ham radios. This is very odd. Royal Caribbean bans ham radios. Carnival specifically lists it as an exemption. They do allow ham radios.
Well, that way when I leave Alaska, I can talk to Russia.
Okay. Good luck with that.
There you have it.
You gonna put him in his place?
I
You gonna
am.
Put old Putin
I'm going to
in
give
his
him
place?
a piece of your mind.
Is that that's my Popeye voice? You're gonna put Putin in his place.
That's right.
I need
I'm
hookah pipe
I'm Uncle Joe out on
out
it.
of my mouth. Ham radio. So not allowed on Royal, allowed on Carnival. Your ham radio. What does ham stand for? Do you have any idea?
Ham is the back end of a hog.
Ham radio.
I don't know.
Ham
Some
radio.
of my veteran brothers may know though.
Yeah, what does ham stand for, guys? Okay. Carnival's language is emergency position indicating radio beacons, EPIRB.
Did you see?
Not allowed.
Did you see Mark's response there?
Which one?
The back end. I said it's the back end of a hog. Mark down there at the bottom.
Rather have a beef radio. I'm more into beef than ham too, Mark.
That's why she got me.
So yeah, Carnival says prohibited EPIRBs, communication scanners, wideband receivers, satellite phones, transformers, lasers, and laser pointers.
You know,
That's important.
it is important. But you know
Laser.
what? They could save a lot of time, effort, trouble, and ink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on this stuff. If they would simply say, Carnival, things permitted on a Carnival cruise are limited to. You can bring your toothbrush and your toothpaste, and that's it.
And that's it. It's so much more, though. It's so much more. I don't know what an EPIRB is, emergency position indicating radio beacon, but you can't bring it on a cruise. So wideband receivers, satellite phones, transformers, lasers and laser pointers, satellite disc. Your satellite disc, you cannot bring. Are they talking about like what goes on your roof?
Yes.
You cannot bring your satellite
You can't set
disc.
your satellite dish up on your balcony.
Routers and other internet-related equipment.
They don't want you interfering with their systems.
Especially Royal Caribbean now
Right.
has, but this is the Carnival language.
Mark, they do not prohibit hookers on board.
No hookers, LOL, Mark. Or we say hookahs. You think I had it was just my southern accent?
No,
No hookahs.
That was definitely hooker.
No hookahs. Yes, no satellite disc. Your large that goes on your roof in your home. Do not take it down and pack it and bring it on your cruise.
Well, you remember when a satellite dish used to be as big as your roof.
Yes.
Now they're like this.
Yeah, they are smaller. Probably the size of the fans that some people bring for their.
No dish TV.
No. You can actually though bring those fire sticks.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that if the TV in the cabin is new enough.
Compatible.
Yeah, and you have.
Yep.
Oh, I thought I had plugged this in. And you have. Can you plug that in, please?
I can.
I just got a low battery signal.
Woo.
And you have the apps for like the Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick that goes in the back of a TV, a smart TV. You can bring those.
And
So
you should.
That would be in place of your satellite disc. Do not bring your satellite disc. Okay. The next one is the big one we've already talked about. So I'm going to say it and then we're going to move on. Electrical extension cords. You cannot bring an electrical extension cord.
How many times have we said that
I
in
know.
videos?
Oh my gosh.
That is a major pet peeve.
You know, you can't bring the. Okay, I'm moving on.
Yes, thank
The
you.
next one is, we've already talked about it. If you're not sure, then watch one of our prior lives, and we specifically talked about
Well, we have
electrical
we
extension cords.
We have an intellectually superior group here at All Things Wagner.
Yeah,
so
they know what
they are well educated.
dangerous chemicals, including bleach and paint. I can understand paint being mentioned because what if painting is my hobby? Like that's a bummer. Like you're, an actual, and you want to like sit out on your balcony or on the deck.
What if I'm a graffiti artist?
No spray paint cans.
What if I'm a huffer?
Nope, no hookahs, no illegal substances. You have to do it with hairspray.
A huffer doesn't need a hookah.
You'll have to do it with hairspray or markers. I love the smell of markers. I could totally have been a huffer as a kid for markers. I still could be. Do we have any markers on near the table? It doesn't say anything about huffing. It doesn't say anything about huffing paraphernalia. Dangerous chemicals, including bleach and paint. So no bleach. If you're wanting to like bleach your, if you put it in a travel container though, I bet you could bring bleach for your laundry. And I wonder if bleach is not allowed on Carnival because Carnival allows you to do your own laundry. I bet they do allow bleach because people will bring their own laundry detergent and things to do their own laundry on Carnival because they allow it. Paint, I can understand. What are you going to repaint your balcony? What do you need to bring paint for? Unless it's like a hobby thing.
You're sitting on your balcony and you're painting a sunset.
Yeah, I know. That's a bummer.
And you might be using markers instead of paint.
You could be, but you can't bring your paint now if that's your hobby.
You can't.
Sorry. Perishable food and meat products. Perishable food and meat products. I noted that both cruise lines, that being Royal and Carnival, say food must be pre-packaged and unopened. I've seen a lot of that on the cruise boards lately, asking about, can I bring snacks? My kid, blah, blah, blah. Or they're usually always talking about kids. My kids won't need anything else. I'm like, well, your kid needs a spanking then. But I don't say that. I just scroll. Remember, that's our rule, people. Scroll. Just scroll. Both of them say food must be pre-packaged and unopened. There you go. I'm not talking about allergies, by the way. I'm just talking about cranky kids who don't want to who are really super picky eaters. Allergies are different, clearly.
Allergies are totally different.
Or if you have a child on the spectrum, autism, and they can't have the colored foods. Don't send me hate mail.
Right.
I'm not talking about allergies or medical issues with food. Alcoholic beverages, beer, seltzer, or hard liquor, prohibited. Seized on embarkation day, will not be returned.
But you'll get 15% off of our beverage package for the next 15 minutes.
Which is like $2.50 because it costs $700. So beer, seltzer, and hard liquor, prohibited, not allowed, and they will not give it back to you, so don't even try. However, for those who don't know, you can bring on 750 milliliters. Look on each cruise lines because you can bring.
They are varied.
You can bring champagne and wine,
and
I think each of them are 2 bottles per room.
Well, they're subject to change
per cabin, but make sure you check your cruise line's website for what alcohol you can bring. You can bring some alcohol on.
And they normally have a cork fee.
This was interesting because Carnival mentioned several things that Royal Caribbean did not mention at all. So this tells you what happens on Carnival cruises for those of you getting ready for your fun Carnival cruise. If I can't scrapbook, you can't paint. Well, there you go, Scott. Okay. Right? You can't bring your large scrapbook scissors along with your diving knife.
Or your harpoon.
Okay, so Carnival items that were not mentioned. Curtains, drapes, or hanging room dividers. And I thought that was kind of odd because people are... So no Buc-ee's. Oh, I know, Lane. Isn't that depressing? No, I have taken protein bars and I have also taken small prepackaged Ziploc bags of protein powder. Not recently.
Cruise vet.
If you can't tell, we haven't been as much on the fitness train. Basically, just bring us. Oh, you had to give me that mental picture, Mike, didn't you? Thanks for that. Can't you see the guy, the last guy on the ship who you want to see on a Speedo with the Speedo and his toothbrush? Woo! Yeah, that's a good picture. So, curtains, drapes, or hanging room dividers, prohibited on Carnival. I do see people, though, asking about bringing those. What if we can't afford 3 rooms and we had, whatever, 16.
And we got 12 people in our cabin.
Staying in a cabin. They're like, oh, just bring a whatever. You can't bring them on Carnival. Boom boxes / large radios, specifically listed and prohibited on the Carnival website. Helium-filled balloons, specifically prohibited on the Carnival website. Helium-filled balloon. I guess that just means we're having a birthday party or something. But what's wrong with...
Who knows?
What's wrong with helium-filled balloons?
Some people are strange.
Maybe they can do something nefarious or dangerous with helium. It'll catch on fire.
It is flammable.
As it's coming out of the...
It's flammable.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Picture with me, if you will, the family that brings this next one. Inflatable kiddie pool. We're all getting the same picture. You are. No You cannot bring your inflatable kiddie pool on Carnival. It is prohibited. Oh, Scott, they're just getting worse. He's just getting worse.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to put it up there.
Everybody can see it. It doesn't matter.
I know. Okay. Any footwear with wheels, such as Heelys type shoes.
Oh,
Any
wow.
footwear
I
with
can't wear
wheels.
those.
I saw a kid.
I used to.
I've seen a kid on a cruise with those on.
Well,
It does drive me crazy.
It makes my moving around the ship a lot more efficient.
And if you do not, you would kill yourself
I
if
would-
you wore.
I would kill myself and hurt somebody else probably.
You wore
trying to
shoes
stand
with
up.
wheels. Any footwear with wheels, not allowed, prohibited on Carnival, specifically listed. This next one, I meant to look it up and I didn't. Kava. Ask Siri what kava is. Kava.
Hey Siri, what is kava?
Here's some information.
No, Kava.
Kava.
You can't bring it on Carnival cruise ships.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, even Siri doesn't understand what kava
Siri.
is. Is it coffee? That's what
What
I
is
thought, Mark.
kava?
It's a brand.
Kava.
It's a brand of coffee, Mark. You're right. Which I don't understand. Why you can't bring coffee?
It's got an explosive property to it.
Kava?
I don't know.
Right.
Kava, kind of like lava.
There is a brand because I see like at the beginning of YouTube videos, that everyone wants to skip the ads, and I always skip it, and it's Kava, coffee brand. So I don't
Kava
know.
is coffee.
No acid. No. Is kava acid? I don't know. I don't know what kava is, but you can't bring it on board Carnival. Also not allowed on Carnival, surfboards. Why do you have to put this? Surfboards, boats, and canoes. No canoes. You cannot bring your canoe
Or my surfboard?
or your boat. It specifically says surfboards, but again, we all kind of picture the people who are the reason that this is in writing. They're not the same people either. The person who would bring his surfboard on a cruise is not the same person who would bring his boat or his canoe.
Here we have it. Drinking kava may help reduce anxiety or improve sleep, but it can interact with certain medications. Also, make sure that your kava was extracted from the root only. Doing so will protect your liver.
Kava, I don't know what it
It
is.
sounds like it's a sedative.
Probably so, but you can't bring it. Okay. And the last one that you cannot bring and that is specifically listed in typed writing.
The kava info, you
Yes.
won't find it anywhere else but here.
That's for sure. Now you're right. This is getting to be right. Your kava, we don't know what it is yet. We haven't figured out what it is, but you got to leave it at home. And Mike says to make you feel better, they do have roller skating. Right.
Well, there you are.
No kava needed.
No
whatever
kava.
it is.
Bumper.
This last one, though, is very, very important.
Okay.
Again,
Listen up.
we get a picture of the person who would bring this on board. This is what it says, word for word. Prohibited on Carnival. Fish of any kind. Fish of any kind.
Mhm.
Semicolon. If fish are caught during an excursion, they must be shipped home. So I guess it's not talking about someone boarding at the embarkation port, bringing fish on board. Like I want to ask the chef to cook the catfish that I caught.
Well,
It's
if I spend
Southerners.
$1,000 for a marlin fishing trip, I'm bringing that dude back
You
on board the ship.
know fish on board, sir. Can't you imagine? What are you carrying it in? You're on a marlin excursion in whatever, St. Thomas.
If you can afford a marlin excursion, you can afford to have it shipped
To
home.
have it shipped home. No, I'd like to carry.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
going to have it under their. Are they
Right.
going to have it under their arm, carrying a marlin on board?
What
It's
if
my fish. How do I get it through the X-ray?
That's a legitimate question.
What? Hey, now, Mike. Now you're getting personal. You're getting personal. You have to leave that up there so everyone can see it.
Mm. Mm.
Can I have it? Can I have a paper It's my certified emotional fish. It's emotional because I just caught it in St. Croix and I'm super, super excited. That's an emotion. I'm super proud. That's an emotion.
Mm.
I want to brag. That's an emotion, right? This is my emotional support fish.
Mm. Mm.
And here's my certification right here that it's from the person I did the excursion with.
It's Captain Bob.
He's a captain and he's a PhD. Even in a fishbowl. I don't think so, Mark. I mean, maybe you could claim that as your support fish. Your pet on board.
His fish name is Goldie.
And Scott's got it. There you go. I identify as a fish now. I'm really out.
You're out, man. You're out.
Scott's now. What's a cartoon fish? We don't have any. Oh, one of those movies.
Nemo.
Nemo. Scott
is being dubbed
identifying
Sir,
as Nemo.
Sir Nemo, henceforth.
Oh goodness, y'all. Okay. So, what not to bring? I still don't know what kava is. So if you're watching this after the fact and you're adding to Charlie the tuna, cruise vet says, Scott, that's what you can be. A guppy. He goes for the small guys. If you're watching this after the fact and you know what kava is, please put it in the comments and let us know.
I told you it's a sedative.
You think it's a sedative?
Yeah.
Well, what if it's like, clearly you can bring prescriptions on board, or if it's like melatonin. Melatonin's a sedative. It's over the counter.
Yeah.
Man, they got some kava haters on
Well, I got
Carnival.
a prescription for weed too. Can I bring it?
Illegal. That was a listing, sir. Illegal drugs and substances.
I have a prescription.
Not all that. What if you're in because I guess it's still federally illegal, weed is, they can still list.
Well, I'll have you know, I have never smelled weed burning on a cruise ship.
Have you? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Someone was on YouTube the other day saying that the police were at the door and they were standing there, and they had found, like, I think it may have been Jay on Ship Life, was telling a story, probably a Carnival ship he was on, because he's gone, like, he tells all the Carnival bad stories. He's like, sorry, I'm just reporting, people. It is what it is, the fights and the drugs and everything. And yeah, he said they had guards at the door. I think it was like across the hall from him, maybe the whole rest of the cruise, until they got to the next port, and then they escorted them off. And I think he said that they found like some baggies of weed. These people never stop, right?
Never stop.
Never stop. Okay, ham radios. No one told me what ham stood for either. Okay, so if you're watching this, leave a comment as to what ham
Hey Siri,
radio.
what does ham stand for in ham radio?
Maybe Siri will tell us. Siri will tell us live.
Here's an answer from QSL.net.
Live and in person. Oh wow, that's a long answer. ham radio. I don't know. Yeah, Mark says that kava is a supplement. Okay, well, like, so is melatonin. Like, why?
Well, so's marijuana.
It's a supplement. It's a supplement, all right. It supplements your.
I'm just saying, people have prescriptions for it.
It supplements your snacking, your snack habit.
Speaking of that, I have to go get a brownie.
Oh, Uncle Dave said I did post the ham definition. We missed it.
Oh,
so it was up here.
okay.
Let's see.
I don't want to read that encyclopedia.
And Scott said Okova. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to go all the way back up there. Okay, so if you wonder what ham is, go all the way back up in the comments. I don't know.
We'll look at it later.
What about you, Uncle Dave? We missed that one too. What about those people that brought a blow-up pool and put it on their balcony? Seriously. Yeah, we can all picture those people. We all know.
We've all met people like that.
I know. You're like, we all know what they look like.
I think you passed it.
Yeah, probably so. Test tubes. Yes, Mark. Test tubes. Along with your
test tube doesn't have a round
Bunsen
bottom.
burner.
Test tube doesn't.
Along with your Bunsen burner set.
Let me see. Where's it?
For relaxing.
I'll find it later.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. I think we're out. We'll probably be back next Sunday for another live with the Wagners.
Good Lord, willing in the creek don't rise.
Because we're inching. In fact, I may do an Alaska prep. Maybe we'll talk about Alaska prep, because I I have some stuff back here that we were going to talk about, like stuff we've bought and prep for Alaska, but we thought that it would be too long with all this other stuff. So, because I did cruise news today, yay! So, all right. So we're going to do Alaska prep next week. I've got Cruise Vets compression bags, right? I may actually unwrap them and try them out, right? We'll see. And we got some puffer jackets, and we got some stuff, right? We got some stuff for Alaska. Amazon, we kept them in business.
Layer.
Yep, that's what they say.
Layer.
That's what they say. Look at the light.
Layer.
He's looking at the screen instead of looking at y'all. Okay, so I think we're out.
We're out.
We're out. See y'all next week, where we're going to talk about Alaska gear. So if you're here from the Facebook group, join us next week.
Until then,
Yeah. Be blessed.
peace.